Alright, what is up, Transformers fans? This is the video review of Transformers Prime Legion Class Vehicon. Possibly the crown jewel of the Legions out so far. He's been, overall, the most talked about Cyberverse figure that I've heard of. So, let's go ahead and take a look at what makes this figure so special. Here's his weapon. We'll talk about that real quick. It is the weird triangle cannon, but it has this bayonet on the side, which will come into play later. This is actually a dual weapon. It's a gun, and then you can hold it like this as a sword, which is really kind of neat. I like how they did that. But we'll go ahead and talk about the vehicle mode. He's this nice black and purple, low-riding, Batmobile-esque car. And unfortunately, I don't really have another incarnation of him to compare him to. So I'm just going to go ahead and compare him to the sleekest of the Dark of the Moon Cyberverse Legion classes, Soundwave. As you can see here, they are roughly the same height, and the Vehicon's just a tad bit longer, and part of that's just, well, actually, Soundwave's a little bit longer. It was an illusion, actually. Look, as you can see, Soundwave's cockpit, or cab, sits back a little further than the Vehicon's. It sits more in the middle. So it kind of makes it look like the Vehicon's a little longer, but Soundwave's actually a little bit longer than he is. Huh. Who would have thought? But, anyway, going on to, he has silver for the headlights and purple paint details. On the back, not much. A lot of silver window detailing, but very, very nice overall. Transformation is pretty fun. All you gotta do is come under here and split these, and they come up like so. Then this whole section bends backward. And then this is actually clever. His head's tucked down in here, and all you gotta do is push on this little, there's a little groove right here that pushes, and then you just flip it forward, and then that pegs in. You just gotta split his legs and kind of straighten him up a little bit, give him his hunched over look. And there's the Vehicon in his robot mode. Now, overall, very nice, very accurate to the show, except for a couple things. I really kind of wish these things folded backward, but once again, it's a Cyberverse. Now, another thing they could have done is they could have allowed these to fold inward into the hand to make a little more weird, because these get in the way. You can't really fold it forward because of that roof bit. But overall, it's alright. He does have a swivel right here for the transformation and a full ball joint right here, but once again, this gets in the way, so you're going to have his arms out pretty wide. His legs are a full ball joint and a little bit of a swivel joint here for the knee. Not too versatile, but still. What else? He does have his neck a little bit is articulated. If you pop this out of place, you can kind of have him look up, or I don't know. But here he is standing next to Cliff Jumper, which, I mean, he looks bulkier than Cliff Jumper does, but once again, he's got that hunch, so his head kind of sits a little lower, but all his shoulder and back kibble that bulks him up makes him look bigger than Cliff Jumper, which is nice. Going on to the weapon mode, or the weapon bit, he can hold it like the gun in the show. He can, I'm not sure if their hand turns into a weapon, or if they just whip out their gun and they're just like, I don't know. Whatever they do, there's a gun. And you can hold it like this, or you can actually have it pop out the side on his arm like this. And that looks a little better. It kind of hides that blade a little more. And like I said, there's a peg here that he can hold it like this, and it kind of looks like a melee blade weapon from the side. Now, from the front, it looks a little bit goofy. It just looks like there's a blade sticking out the side of a gun, which there is, but still, I do appreciate the fact that they're trying to do two weapons in one. And it doesn't really hinder. Aside from there being just a little bit of extra hanging off, it actually still does manage to look like a gun and a sword. It's cool. Overall, that's the Vehicon. He's really nice, and I am very, very sorry to hear that he's one per case, because I would gladly spend $5 on this to get more. I would, in all honesty, I'd like to have at least 6 of these guys, because I just think they're army builders. There are supposed to be multiples of them, and I think at least 6 would give them a good feel to give the Decepticons a little more bulk. And yeah, so if you see a Vehicon, pick it up, and if you see 2, pick them up, because they're army builders and they're really good toys, and they do capture the look of the Transformers Prime Vehicon very, very well. Anyway, that's my video review. Definitely get this guy. Thank you for viewing this video, and goodbye.